okay with it being October, I thought about doing horror villains, and I was like, well, what if I instead took more of the horror style elements in comics and used those? So yes, people who wanted me to see pick people like Etrigan, Ghost Rider, Spawn, Nightcrawler. Technically, he is a demon. Lots of characters who have very good demonic elements to them, or evil elements. Or we're not going to look like Werewolf by Night, or Man Bat, people like that. There's a lot of great elements you could take from those characters and use that in a Halloween context. And I was like, who's a good fight for someone like Etrigan? And I was like, man, when I picture him, and I picture the way that they've normally drawn the demon and that look and that mannerism, and he's got a lot of rage, and I was like, huh. If I'm thinking demon with rage, who is a cursed human, it's like, cursed human, man. I wonder how he would fare against the Green Goliath, the Hulk. So Jason Blood on one side, Gone, the form of man. Arise the demon Etrigan, depends on the writer, it changes a lot. On the other side, you got Bruce Banner getting upset or releasing the beast. So here we go, Etrigan on one side, Hulk on the other. Now I do these through a 9 criteria. Now I get shade on this a lot. I think shade is the proper term. I like to weigh each category individually because I think that it makes for a much more unique sort of experience. And if it is 5 to 4, person with 5 should win, but it's very easy to make the adjustment, the argument that the person with 4 should win. It's not like I'm saying if it's 5 to 4, person with 5 is 100 out of 100. It could be 60 out of 40. You can still look at the scenarios in which the other person could win. So I go with intelligence, findability, strength, speed, durability. Durability that's your healing factor. And vulnerability, resistance to damage, energy projection, versatility, and X factor. So we're going into this. Intelligence. The Hulk that I prefer is old school Hulk smash. I'm not going with Maestro. Yes, someone has mentioned I should do a month of Hulk because there's so many versions of Hulk that would make sense. So I've got Hulk smash on one side. I love Hulk smash. Hulk does not need a monologue. It's like Mache does not text, Hulk does not monologue. Versus a demon. And the great thing about having Etrigan is he's got a tremendous amount of knowledge. He is a very, very intelligent individual. He is a true demon from hell. That's a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge. Fighting abilities. Jason Blood by himself, decent amount of martial arts training, good hand-to-hand combat. You don't see that as much from the Bruce Banner side. But Etrigan himself, a lot of really good fighting abilities. He's able to hold his own very well when it comes to a decent amount of people in the DC universe. Hulk, much like Hogan, is kind of like a punch-kick sort of guy. Strength. Yes, I'm well aware of the fact that Etrigan has actually hit Superman into space. I'm aware of that. But it's hard to say, okay, so he's shown that he can hang with Superman depending on writer, but at the same time he's knocked out Batman. If his strength be consistently written, I could see if you can knock Superman into space, you could probably punch Batman and turn him to goop. Where Hulk, I have no problem saying in this fight he's as strong as there is. Speed. Etrigan has an actual level of superhuman speed. Yes, he kind of has a lot of the carbon moveset that you see in most of the DC characters. Well aware of the fact that Hulk does have a measurable level of enhanced speed. He's not quite a super speed level, but he does have a tremendous amount of speed. He's just not up to your standard DC power set level. Durability. I'm going to go with Hulk on this one. A lot of this is because when Hulk suffers damage, he recovers very, very quickly. Hulk has had almost Wolverine levels amount of damage, and he's come back pretty quickly. Every time he's cut, he's healing instantly. Where, yeah, you can make the argument that Etrigan is functionally immortal. Technically, so is Hulk in Hulk form. But when Etrigan's had parts of his body removed, normally due to iron, he has to actually take other body parts. He's not naturally regrowing his. Where Hulk has had giant holes blasted through him, and he's reknitted himself right off the bat. Invulnerability. This is how well do you react when it comes to the overall incoming damage. Yes, you have demon physiology on one side. His clothes also have a tremendous amount of impact absorption as well. But weakness to iron. Hulk ain't got no weaknesses. I would probably say when it comes to sheer levels of invulnerability, I would say old school Juggernaut with the force field, and then I'd probably go with Hulk. Hulk has shown that he can take some ridiculous shots and still be standing. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Energy projection. This is how well do you work at range. I'm well aware that Hulk, when he absorbed the radiation of a Maestro, was able to destroy a planet he was standing on. So I know he's capable of doing energy bursts, but taking on a demon that's spitting out hellfire. Versatility. Etrigan has a tremendous amount of occult knowledge as well. So beyond having all of his demonic abilities, he also has a really tremendous amount of occult power as well. So you're probably thinking, more often than not, I think Etrigan gets a victory here. But now it comes down to X Factor. What is that last bit of information that hasn't truly been shared yet? So this is the problem, because I look and I'm seeing like a mirror reflection. So I've got the Etrigan definitely winning. X Factor actually goes to Hulk. Ironically, if you read Hulk versus the Darkness, not the I Believe in the Thing Called Love, not those guys. He was a Top Cow character. Great character. Maybe I'll have him fight sooner or later. He used his powers of the darkness and had his Darklings attack Hulk. And you noticed Hulk was getting bigger and stronger. Hulk has the ability to feed off of dark magic and become bigger and stronger. So, depending on what Etrigan decides to throw at Hulk, Hulk will get bigger because he's upset. Get bigger because of his anger. And he could potentially become bigger off of the dark energy and the dark magic being thrown at him. So yes, Etrigan definitely has an intelligence, a fighting ability, a speed, and it's got everything you want to at range. But if this fight gets in kind of close, and Etrigan throws out the wrong black magic spell at him, wrong dark energy, Hulk's going to get bigger. I have a feeling that's going to happen once in this fight for Etrigan. Goes, oh, okay, scratch that. Do not throw that sort of stuff at him. Most occult things, fine. When it comes to lots of the dark energies, black magic, you know, Hulk has a pretty good chance of absorbing that and becoming a little bit bigger. So the more skills that Etrigan has could potentially work against him in this sort of environment. But he's got a tremendous amount of tricks up those sleeves.